There's a lot of talk about self worth, self value, low value, high frequency, low frequency, all of these things. And we're going to talk about value. Like, we got to talk about this value. We're going to talk about 8 ways to boost your value. And your value isn't wrapped up in finances and any of those material possessions and all the trappings in life, because they're there to trap you. There's so much more to who you are and what you bring, not just to the table. That's minuscule. We're talking about the world and how much you have that you haven't discovered yet about yourself. It's intrinsic. That means it's inside, that you haven't pulled outside of yourself in order to for others to be impacted in a great way, in a positive way. You know what? Let's talk about it. We get into this good juice here. We're going to be talking about 8 ways to boost your value and your self worth. Listen, your self worth and your value are kind of connected. They're sisters to one another, brothers to one another, right? And what we have out here on these streets is a misconception. It's the lie from the pits of hell that's keeping y'all bound. Like, it hasn't freed you. And that's a mindset thing. It's got so many people in a chokehold. You have wrapped your value up in material possessions and trappings. If those things were wiped completely off the earth, what else you got? What else do you have to offer anyone in the world? Forget about the table. That table is small. It's so much more, and you're so much more and so much bigger than the table, which you can put on a table. There is so much more to you. That little table is bringing in, you know, material possessions, your cars, your houses, your this, your that, your travel, all these things don't hold that kind of value. Now, do they give you good experiences? Yes. Will you have a home to sleep with a roof over your head? Yes. But you can have a roof over your head with a $100,000 house, same way as you would a $500,000 house. It's still a home. It's still a place you dwell, someplace you sleep and cook and dream and do all the things you normally do. It doesn't matter. It's just like a pair of pants. You put it on one leg at a time. Everyone has a pair, so your value should not be wrapped up in material trappings at all. So this is what we're going to talk about today to boost your self-worth, because I think a lot of people right now have their self-worth wrapped up in so many of these material possessions. It has got you in a chokehold, in a stronghold. You can't move. You are in froze position. And that is all dealing with a mindset. In order to boost your self-worth, the first thing you want to do is practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness, treat yourself with understanding, and especially during setbacks. So we're all going to experience setbacks, right? We're all going to experience them one way or the other. It is how you bounce back. Fall down 7 times, get up 8. You keep going. Nothing it says that you have to stay where you are on the bottom of the totem pole. Now, if you like resting there, you like being there, be there. But there is so much more that you can wrap your worth around besides being at the bottom and woe with me and life sucks. Well, life sucks at that very moment, but what do you do? What are you going to do to get up? What are you going to do to get up? So we're going to talk about your self-compassion. Take care of yourself. Be kind to you. You're going to make mistakes, and this failures are going failures are going to happen, but you got to learn from that. You want to set achievable goals. Achievable goals is not setting so many goals in one time, because this is a journey, not a sprint. You're not trying to sprint to the finish line, because once you get there, what you going to do? What are you going to do once you get there? There will be more challenges, more things that you may have to set more goals, and you're off running again. If you enjoy the journey, whether the lessons are little, few or many, what do you want to take from that is to the lessons that come from that, so that now you have the time. It's like the tortoise and the hare. You have the time to be the tortoise, to take in everything and be able to take your time and recuperate from any failures that may come, or setbacks that may come, because they will come. But you can minimize them if you learn the lessons. But if you're running so fast through your set of goals to get to the next set of goals, you'll never learn the lessons. And when you're able to finally move up to the, well, perceived set of goals, next set of goals, you probably have compounded the goals, because you haven't really learned from the other goals, and you're continuously making mistakes. It's just compounding mistakes. And you're going to put yourself in a deeper place, a deeper place of an abyss that is going to be hard to come out of. So you have to definitely set achievable goals. You want to set the small, attainable goals that, you can celebrate the small wins as you go along, right? That in itself is you taking your journey at a slower pace at moments. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow, but it's okay. It's your race, and you're not racing against anyone but yourself. That's the first thing. That's one of the things that you have to incorporate with this. You're not competing with anyone else. You're competing with yourself and bringing your best self to the party, to the game, right? So the next thing, number 3, is challenge the negative self-talk. You want to challenge those negative self-talk by exchanging them for the critical things that you think about. Oh, I'm not so smart. Oh, I'm not that fast. Oh, I'm not that, whatever you may come up with. You are none of those things unless you decide that you are. You are more than that and better than that. See how I've switched that around? More than that. You are setting your worth based upon the words that you speak. You are speaking things into existence. And that is why you have to replace those negative thoughts and those, critical thoughts with positive affirmation, positive thinking, positive speaking, and even speaking on someone else. Because when you speak negatively towards someone else, there's a boomerang effect that comes, and that stuff is going to come back to you, especially if it's negative. If it's negative, it's coming back to you. It's hitting you harder. You're not going to know where it came from, because you have been thinking. Perception is everything. You've been thinking that you've been doing the right things. But when you put your mouth on other people in the negative, guaranteed it's coming back, and you won't know. It's going to come back like a sucker punch. So you won't know when it's coming, where it's coming, or why it's coming, because you forgot what you said about someone else, because you put your mouth and your words on someone else, and set a tone, a negative tone for someone else's life that wasn't your business. It ain't none of your business what other people are doing. So when you start to think positive and set up positive affirmations, positive thoughts, positive type mantras, things that you can kind of make sure that you're speaking into existence on a daily basis or ongoing basis in basic conversation, do that. Do that, and guarantee you what you put out is going to come back to you. Number 4, surround yourself with positivity. These are so crucial. Oh, who you roll with matters. Who you roll with matters. You have to set yourself up with people who have the same ideas and thinking, or someone who you can learn from, to be able to surround yourself with. You know, you flock together. When you flock together, hey, birds of a feather flock together. That saying is true. You may not be to the extreme of that, but you may be gleaming something from people you didn't realize were very negative, and you're bringing that into your world. You're bringing that negativity, even if it's just something as simple as they're always going through something and never have a resolve and always in a cycle. You can adopt some of that, and their self talk is can spill over into your life. Even if your life is going beautifully, then you have these interruptions. Why am I having these interruptions here and there? It's because you're surrounded yourself with people who are not very positive and forward thinking in that moment. And maybe that person or that friend or that family member or business partner, whoever they are, if they're going through that, you may have to distance yourself for a minute, shut yourself off from them, keep your positivity going, and maybe what you got going on rubs off on them because you want to be the one who has the positive influence on their lives to help to turn that around. So sometimes distancing yourself, even in that season that they may be going through something, that doesn't mean you pull back support. That means sometimes you have to make sure you maintain your level of positivity to keep this thing going, and that they can be someone you can be someone they look to bring them out of that situation, but not be a leech. They can't be a leech. They can't be that anchor that holds you down. They have to be someone who's able to float alongside you while they're repairing and bringing their lives back into focus, right? Number 5, engage in activities that you enjoy. Yes. So if you like skating, you get outside and skate, you go to the skating ring, whatever you like to do. You like to swim, you like to run, you want to be on a basketball team, a kickball league, or something, an adult kickball league, or whatever. Dodgeball. Find something you like. Jump rope. I don't care. Find something that gives you life and brings something to you that you have something to talk about. You have something to talk about other than work. Other than work, you're in a book club. You enjoy reading. You enjoy speaking. You enjoy working with kids and mentoring. Find something that brings you joy, that brings something else besides work, money, troubles into the conversation. That right there will give you a broader range of who you are when people are engaging with you, who people who want to find out, do I like this person? Because you may work as good, you may work well as a team player, as a business, partner, or as a friend. But how can I find a friend in this person? Or just can I have know someone who's like a good associate, somebody I know that even though we're not the best of friends, but I know that they're good people. I want people around me like that even if we're not the best of friends or close friends, that I know that I got good people around me that I can get something from when I'm around them. They're not always bringing me down. So that's number 5. So you want to make sure you engage in those activities that bring you joy, because when you're joyous, you draw into you the joy that you want in your life. Get what that means? You draw to you who you are. Number 6, focus on your strengths. You got to identify what your strengths are. Everyone has them. It's the strengths that you have had. Can I say this? The strengths that you have always had from the time you were a child. They just started to develop over time. It comes so naturally that you don't even know that you're doing it, because you're just rolling with it. Other people notice it, and it's just so innate that it just comes to you. My innate thing was being able to motivate people and to inspire people and give it great advice based on their experience, not my experience, and being able to listen. So that was my thing. I've been doing this, knee high to a grasshopper. This is who I am in the grand scheme of things. I've always been able to do this. I'm a little historian on the side. That's my little nerdy side, but I enjoyed, bringing that things that help people solve their problems and get out of their own way. So it was natural for me. And as a young person, when I say young, I'm like 10, 11, 12, 9, 10, 11, 12 people coming to me and asking me questions, what I think about things. And I didn't, I just gave what they told me, my advice of my thinking based on what they were telling me. And I said, well, this. And they were just like, oh my goodness, how did you just have so much wisdom? You have so much, knowledge and so much whatever. I didn't know what I didn't know. I just kind of did it. So find what the things that about you that bring out your strengths and focus on that. You got talents. We were brought here with gifts and talents. And the Most High says your gift and talents will make room for you. And those things sometimes are going to bring you some money too. Those are you still connected to just money. Your gifts and your talents will make room for you. Sometimes it will bring money, but other things it will bring value. It will compound. One thing leads to the other, to the other, to the other. And those are skills that you are developing to lead you to the big thing that you probably been looking for and didn't know that you were being developed and put through the fire. You were being put through the fire, and you have been crushed, being crushed like a diamond, so that you can come out on the other side like a diamond. So those are the things that you need to think about when you're thinking about your strengths, your talents, and your gifts. You may not be in your gifting right now, but best believe you're probably working towards that. You have to develop interpersonal skills too that help you get to where you are. You have to develop those talents and skills, and maybe it's patience working on something, maybe it's some tedious task, and that's going to lead you to having some patience, because you got to have certain things, skills that you built upon to lead you to the next thing. Number 7, practice gratitude. Be forever thankful for where you are right now. I will tell you, if you are thankful for where you are right now, then you will get blessed into the next thing, the next level, because we're constantly being tested. We're being tested at every level so that we know that you worthy. Are you worthy to go to the next level? Are you worthy of that? So you're going to practice gratitude and being grateful and thankful for what you have and what you've been given, because some people have absolutely nothing and they're grateful. They're grateful for getting that small amount of food at that time. Some of us live in great houses and beautiful neighborhoods, and at least decent neighborhoods, safe neighborhoods. We live in places where we have schools that we can go to for free. We play people are There are people living in places where they're having to scrape money together to pay for uniforms just to go to school. We haven't even gotten to paying fees for school. There are people who are allowed to pay fees for school because their families have the money. But everyone has different places of where they are. But to be grateful for where you are right now will signal to the heavens that you're ready, you're being prepared for the next level. And it's okay. It's okay not to have everything. We're not going to have everything at the same time, all at one time. We will gradually build up on those things. And a lot of times, what people are wanting are material trappings anyway, not really intrinsic things, things that are really going to carry us through. We need food, we need water, we need definitely decent shelter. We need, running water, clean water. We need those things. We're talking about our needs. We need clothes, clean clothes, places where we need washer and dryers or washers, places where we can hang our clothes. We have those things that we need. We need to be able to cultivate food on our own without the dependency of governments and things like that. We need to be able to do these things. We need to be able to know how to make our clothes if need be. Those are needs. Basic needs. That's what you have to do. But being grateful for every little thing will carry it to bigger things and better things to be compounded and give it unto you. It will be given unto you, those who are grateful, right? For all the little things. So find that gratefulness in all the little, even the littlest thing that anyone does for you, be grateful because they did not have to take out the time to do it. They did not have to pass your name along for you to get the promotion or get a connection in business or get a connection so that allows you to go to college or university. They did not have to pass your name along. They did not have to fill out that form for you, or think about you in that moment. They didn't. They didn't have to open that door for you to get into the grocery store or into any place that you're going. They didn't. They did not have to make a way, but they did. They did. And to me, that is the most high giving grace and giving to you what you've been given to others. So gratitude is the number one thing for me. Number 8, limit your comparisons. When you are comparing other people, you are setting yourself up for so much. You are setting yourself up for your personal demise. You are running your own race. You're running the race, no one else. It is you against you, not you against the world. And when you start to come up with that concept in your mind, you will strive to be the better version of yourself every single day. Every single day. You look in the mirror before you look in the mirror, you're going to wake up and you're going to give gratitude and thanks. You're going to give gratitude and thanks. For me, I give gratitude and thanks to the Most High, and I give him thanks for what he has given to me, what he's about to do in my life. I've already set it forth because it is done. It is already done for me. As long as I stay in alignment and I stay in obedience, it is done for me. And that to me is the same that something you have to think about what you're going to incorporate in your life to be able to not compare yourself to other people, how you're going to be the best version of yourself. And that to me, to if that is gratitude when you wake up in the morning and giving thanks, I don't know who you giving thanks to. For me, it's the Most High, but you giving your gratitude to that which will grant you everything that you desire, right? And the comparison thing is only for you to compare you with you to be in a better version of yourself than you were yesterday as you move forward into today and then tomorrow, right? And right now, we're just focusing on cultivating everything that we have that I just mentioned to be able to not compare yourself to other people because they're running their own race. And if you start to look to the side of you, you will stumble and fall trying to keep up with what everybody else is doing. If you have a tunnel vision version of yourself, if you have a vision of tunnel vision, I'm going to say this right. If you have a tunnel vision version of your life and just how you see your life, no one else matters. Just you and your race, just you and your goals, just you and your outlook on life about who you are, you and the gratitude that you have bestowed and put out into the atmosphere, you and your positive thinking, you and your achievable goals, you, you and for me is me in the Most High, and we're running this race together. He goes before me and sets the pathway for all the things to unfold because I trust and I believe and I know that he's going to do everything for me. And for you, you have to decide how that's going to look like for you. Developing your self-worth is not hard, but what is more difficult and can be more challenging is when you look to others to set your value. You can never look to others to set your value. Your value is starting within and then it comes out. It is being able to look at yourself despite your surroundings, despite who your parents are and were, or your family members or friendships, because those things can change. You do not have to be where you are forever. You are an adult. At least I think I'm talking to most adults in this video, right? And on this channel, you are an adult and you are not a tree. You do not have to stay where you were born. You do not have to stay where you have been living at that time. You can move and create new experiences. Because being around other people who are negative, that includes family, that includes the current friendship circles. Find new circles and create a new family. And it doesn't mean that you have to get married or anything like that to have a family. It means your family, your tribe, people who vibe with you, who roll with you, who support you, who congratulate you, who see your worth because you've brought your worth into the room. They see it, they feel it, they know it because you express it without saying words. You walk into the room, people can feel it, people can see it, people know it because you know it, because you know it. So when you're looking at your self-worth, when you're looking at your worth, when you're looking at who you are, I want you to look in the mirror. I want you to look in that mirror and know from your head to your toe that you are worthy, you are valuable beyond material possessions and everything you've got to offer. You're digging deep and to bring it to the world. It is bigger than that table that these silly people are talking about. It's bigger than that. And you have to know that. And the moment you know that, they'll know that. And you stand 10 toes down on everything that means. and you'll get it, and you'll know your value, and so will them. You will know your worth, and so will they. So will they. And the person that needs to know it more than anybody is you. This is Deanna Inspires, and this is Inspired Perspectives. And I thank you for watching my channel. Like and follow. I have other videos, and I have other ones linking to value and worth. So I notice people have a real issue with this, and real concerns, and want to know and knowledge about this. And I'm here to bring it. So thank you, and have a good one. I'll see you on the next one.